Hello, my fellow rainbow nerds. This is your host, DMM, signing in with today's topic, Chica's Feeding Frenzy. While I've been grinding out Chica's Feeding Frenzy for 7 to 10 hours, I noticed that no one has actually made a detailed video on strats, tips, and other stuff like that for this minigame, and today I want to change that. So first, I want to cover finding the arcade cabinet, but if you don't already know where it is, just skip to the time frame on screen right now. But for those who don't, you don't have to do anything special in advance. Just get to the bakery, and when you get to this part, instead of going right, which will trigger chimps to start following you, go left into the bathroom and go here. Go into the stall and it's right there. Welcome back, arcade finders. Now on to the juicy stuff. The first two stages are fairly easy with just children, who take only 2 shots to kill. Stage 3 introduces the drones, which follow you at a much faster pace than the children. They're also fairly easy to deal with and take only 1 shot to get rid of. And before we get on to later minigame stuff, I just want to say that I'd recommend circling like how I'm doing on screen right now for a certain enemy we'll get to later. Stage 4 is pretty uneventful and exists just so you can get a feel for both the children and the drones before we get to the Gorb! Say hello to the Gorb. An inconvenience at best, and a level 21 killer at worst, the Gorb is quite the easy specimen to deal with that comes every 5 waves and adds a bullet pattern every time it comes in for a piece of that ass. While I don't know how many hits it takes to kill, I can recommend some strats to rock its shit. Stay in the bottom left corner and focus on your stream of pizzas. This gives you a decent view of Chica, where the Gorb's bullets are shooting, and the Gorb itself. Just hold down your left mouse button until it explodes and get your prizes. Around level 6 or 7, a new enemy is introduced. Meet the Nessie, the biggest pain in the ass in this minigame. Nessie is different from all the others since she is the only enemy that can shoot back, so killing them is top priority. I like to call this culling the Nessies. Just try and keep your cursor on one of them and lock onto her as best you can until she dies. If there's another one, do the same thing. Remember to stay mobile during this whole process so the children and the drones don't shit in your cereal and kill your run. The spread shots you get for killing the first Gorb make this process a little easier. This is a bit difficult to master, but keep at it because it'll pay off eventually. Once you're home free and to the next Gorb, you can relax a bit because our saving grace is up next. The last enemy that can spawn in is Mapbot, who I'm pretty sure is bugged because he doesn't move at fucking all. But God bless for it because they give possibly the best advantage in the minigame, a break to collect stuff. This is so damn vital because when you're this far into the game, you need a little time to both breathe, grab heals, ammo refills, points, etc. Try your best not to kill the map bots. It's okay if you do, because there's a short cooldown that basically does the same thing, but try not to. Now, all you have to do is survive until the 3rd Gorb where you get the bombs. I don't know how good these are since I've never used them, but they could be useful if you start to get swarmed and need a little space to breathe. So it's basically this minigame's version of a pulse wave. Now you're in the last quarter of the minigame, and where I kept getting fucking creamed by damn Nessies because like 8 of them spawned and I couldn't keep up with it. If you're facing this bullshittery too, just keep going, you'll get it eventually. Once you finally beat the last Gorb, get as many balloons as you can because I heard you need a certain amount of points to get Chica's voice box, but I also can't prove this, so take it with a grain of salt. When you get out of the arcade, her voice won't show up immediately, so don't Alt F4 like I try to do here. Just wait a second, and if it still doesn't show up, fucking Alt F4 go like kitty powers because that's some bullshit. And with that, we conclude today's topic. DMM signing out. Bye!
Also, one thing I forgot to mention is the Let's Eat cupcakes. If you see one of these, try to run into it, because it'll make the enemies bug out and give you a chance to get collectibles.